Everybody at Psychic Hunter David. Well, I'm telling you, I have to just look in the sun, and now I color up, and I've got to be very careful with this with my skin. But anyway, it was a beautiful day yesterday. Apparently, off and on today, it's going to be beautiful. We're getting up into those 30s Celsius, which I love, and it's quite a dynamic week ahead of us, I hope. They're saying that, but you never know with the weather. It's been so up and down. Anyway, one of the things that's really quite interesting about all of this energy right now is, of course, now we lead closer and closer and closer into that new moon in Cancer, which is in the beginning of next week. And that new moon in Cancer is also conjunct Jupiter, because Jupiter is sitting in this constellation of Cancer sign. One of the big things with a lot of individuals, both Aries and Libra, this squares, either Aries, your home environment, or Libra, your career. So there's a lot of things going to go on, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's awful. Some people look at it as being horrible. I've looked at people's readings. I've looked at a lot of Virgo's readings, and I'll tell you something. I don't know that I believe that something horrible is going to happen to somebody because something squares something, and something, causes a sense of realization. Because there's many roads to Rome. One may not work, and then you have an ally that turns around and owes you a favor, and they're going to help you on one level or another. So the goal is always to think positive, that things are going to be a positive outcome no matter. A lot of people didn't believe that Donald Trump was going to become president. It's such a majority, and I did. I knew that he was going to win, as did a lot of people. Now, as far as, other things are going, this is going to be a prime time for each and every one of us with Jupiter here in Cancer as we move there on the 21st, is to really start to focus. Cancer rules family, it rules the home. Great time to go through resolution with families. You may very well have somebody, hand over the olive leaf and say, listen, let's resolve this, let's work this out, this is absolutely stupid, etc. So, I've said this to quite a few clients. I've said, it's a wise time to really be open to interaction and relationship and to go through restoration. As far as your home environment, if you're not content, do things to change that, to make this a really dynamic time. With the North Node in Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, this is a powerful time for all three of you signs to really sort of set the sail, meaning that if things are not working the way you want, you make the changes to make sure that your life is the life you want to lead. You don't wait for anything, especially Cancer signs. Pisces too, with the North Node there. Virgos, you may be relinquishing, but it could very well be that you take a look at something and say, I'm going to let go of this because it's no longer necessary. I mean, that's my second house of money and so forth with Leo ascendant. With me, it's sort of like, I don't need these things. I'd rather have something else. I'd rather buy that. I'd rather get rid of it. I've got a little dog that's a senior to take care of. So, we're going to make choices through this next year. And I don't necessarily see that as a negative thing. Anyway, I'm around. I do have appointments available this afternoon. I will be working tomorrow and through the rest of the week and into the weekend. And remember, the regular prices now across the board. And all that can be found on one of my recordings here. Anyway, it's an hour international is $100 US, payable through my PayPal on my website, www.psychichunterdavidwilliamson.com. As far as Canada here, it's $113. That includes HST. That is the full consultation. Shorter 40-minute reading is $79.10. Includes HST. And sometimes, like I said, I'll adhere to the half-hour $50. I don't want to make that too much of a focus because it is merely catch up once in a while, not all the time. So I want people to recognize that. Anyway, I wish you guys all the best. Cheers. You heard it from me, and you heard it here first. Take care.